Hey business owner, you know you need to start creating content to put your name and face out there, but you don't know how to do it. In today's video, I'm going to show you what steps I have taken personally over the last 8 months to create organic social media content. I'll give you detailed step-by-step instructions on what to do. Feel free to copy this process. My name is Erkka Suvanto. Many of you call me EJ. I'm the guy who's on social media, building a legacy and passing on all personal and business lessons to each and every one of you. I have built 3 companies up to 5 million level all by myself, making all the possible mistakes out there, and now talking about those headaches so that you don't need to go through the same trouble. The purpose of today's video is to give you detailed, simple instructions on how to create organic social media content. We will get there in a minute. But before that, I will explain a couple of things to you. Calendar and process, and how these two are linked together. I have put together a calendar for my business, for my weekly activities, that has pretty much 2 kinds of days. I call them day A and day B. And the only difference is my afternoon time slot. 5 days every week, I try to create content between 12 and 4 p.m. Why so many hours? Why creating content? Why not do something else? Because I believe in the power of social media. That's where all the attention is in today's society. And I need to do everything in my power to make sure that people out there know that I exist. If you have done business for 10 years and you start creating social media content to promote more, maybe your focus is a little different. But the bottom line is that we all need to create our own calendar where we have those activities listed for each and every day. And then when we have that, then those activities can be turned into a process. And when we have the activities and the actions standardized, that's when we get the most out of them. Step 1 in creating organic social media content. What do I personally do? My step number 1 is to start collecting ideas. Many people often wonder, what should I be talking about? I have no ideas in my head. There is no subjects. There's nothing to talk about. And here are a couple of rules that I try to follow. First of all, I do things and I talk about them. This is my way of documenting my life. If nothing else, I go back to my meetings with my clients. What is that I did this week? And I start putting ideas together based on that. I simply document my life, like I mentioned. What happened yesterday? What's going to happen next week? What are the things that I'm trying to find solutions for with my clients? What about my personal life? Are there any personal development areas that I'm working on right now? When I look at it that way, it's like an online digital diary for me. I never really run out of ideas. The same thing with number 3. I educate myself. I watch videos, I read books, and I consume content that is linked directly to my business. I take notes. And these 3 form my baseline when it comes to ideas for new videos. What are the tools that I use? I use the Notes app on my Mac and on my iPhone. They are synchronized through iCloud, so it's actually pretty convenient. No matter where I go, I always have my notes available to me. And then sometimes I still like pen and paper. I have my notebook. I have 4 or 5 of these thick notebooks at home that I go back to. Sometimes if I'm really dry when it comes to new ideas, I start reading my old notes. And that, by the way, is a good reminder to people. We often need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. So go back to those old lessons, old learnings that you took note of. There are a lot of good ones out there. Using the WhatsApp chat function, I'm basically sending messages to myself. And that's one way for me to document my daily life as well. I can record videos, audio there as well. So it's kind of like one way of having that online diary that I use for creating new ideas. So this was my step number 1. But the bottom line is that I'm documenting my life, and I do stuff and then I talk about it. And step number 2 next. Now we have created ideas, but we don't know how to turn those into stories yet. That's what step number 2 is going to tackle. From ideas to stories. I want to start with objective. What is it that I'm trying to achieve? My main objective is to provide content, provide value by recording long YouTube videos. I have identified YouTube to be the quality platform. And I'm hoping that with these long YouTube videos, I'm able to go a little deeper into the topics that I'm talking about, and as a result, provide value to my audience. And then that, at the end of the day, is going to build my brand and grow my company, bring me clients, and it's going to be a self-fulfilling positive loop. So that's my objective. How do I get there? There are two ways. I go from short content to long and back to short. This is my path one. And my path two is to go straight from long to short. And on the next slide, as part of step number 3, I'm going to explain what this means in practice. As part of step 3, I want to go a little deeper into explaining how I create those long YouTube videos. Because remember, that was my main objective, to provide value. And I have recognized that YouTube is that quality platform where I have a chance to go deeper into those chosen topics. There were two ways how I arrived at that. Path 1 and path 2. Let me explain both of them in more detail now, trying to keep it very simple. So my baseline, my starting point for path 1 is my X tweets. So X, formerly known as Twitter, is a platform where I go to tweet about stuff that happens in my life. There are personal ideas, business ideas, quotes from other people, all kinds of random thoughts that I put there. Most of those I turn into short videos. What I do is that I take a screenshot of my tweet, and I take that screenshot, it becomes a picture, and I take it, I use my phone, and I log into either TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, and I post that picture as a short video. Then what used to be my initial idea about something, business development or personal development, then becomes a short video known as a reel on Instagram. And then when I have several of these short videos, I group them together under one category, and I create long videos out of that. And these then become my YouTube 10, 15, 20-minute videos. The second way is my path number 2, where I take my notes as a baseline, and then I create a script for those videos using ChatGPT. And this is important to understand. ChatGPT is my thinking partner every time I go from one step to another. I bounce ideas back and forth. I'm literally asking ChatGPT, what do you think about this idea as an X tweet? Would that work? Then I get ideas back. Sometimes I get my grammar corrected. That's the process how it works. The tools I use in this step are my notes and ChatGPT. Here in step number 4, record and edit. What are the steps that I take to get there? Number 1, record a long YouTube video. What do I do? This takes me back to the tools I need. I need a camera, which is my phone. I use iPhone 15 Pro. I need microphones. I have a set of these Rode microphones. One of them here. The transmitter and the receiver is attached to my phone. Then I need a tripod. So my phone is basically attached. It's sitting or standing on this tripod. And then the other tools, ChatGPT and CapCut. I will explain these in a minute. But basically, here's what I do. I stand here in my office. I have this tiny little office, and I have this whiteboard behind me that I use for creating these videos. I start recording. For YouTube, the phone is always this way. So it's not vertically, but it's horizontally, like a movie format. I hit record, and sometimes it takes me 1 or 2 takes to get it right. Sometimes it's 7 to 8, a couple of hours usually for a 15-minute video, I would say, when it comes to planning, taking notes, and then going from one clip to another. I record that video. I turn the clips, let's say I have 5 different files on my phone. I turn them into one by using CapCut to edit them. So it's a free software application available for iPhones and Android phones as well. And what I do is that, let's say I have 5 different files. I open my CapCut software and I combine or send those 5 different files to CapCut and turn them into one file, and then I can edit it. Highly recommend everybody to download the software, start playing with it. It's not that complicated. It takes a month or two to get really comfortable with the software, but it's not that complicated. I promise you, I can do it. You can do it. And then as far as posting videos, we need to make sure that we have a thumbnail, a title, and captions available. What's a thumbnail? Every time you go to YouTube, you see these like a screenshot, like a cover page for every video. That's called a thumbnail. You need a picture for it and the texts. How do I know what to use? Use ChatGPT. That's what I always do. Ideas. What kind of text to use? What kind of picture based on my script for my video? I create the thumbnail, the title. Again, ChatGPT is helping me if I don't have good ideas myself. And the captions, meaning the text for the explanation, the description for the video itself. And then when that has been done, I upload the video to YouTube, and then it becomes my long format, hopefully value providing video that you guys are now watching. In step 4, we talked about how to create those long YouTube videos. As part of step 5, we're going to turn those very same long videos into short video format. What's the difference between a short and a long video? In my books, anything less than 60 seconds is a short, and anything longer than that is a long. But I wouldn't necessarily create anything under 5 minutes for YouTube this way in the movie format horizontally. So depending on who you ask, but that's my way of categorizing the two. Step number 1 here, find yourself an AI-powered program or software. I use a company or a website called Opus Clip, which is basically made for turning long videos into shorts. It's very inexpensive, in my opinion. For less than $200, you get enough credits or minutes that, at least in my case, last me several months, maybe half a year. And it's easy to use as well. But there are different options out there, so see what works for you. The step number 2 is that I need to edit the shorts, and maybe you remember from the previous slide that we had to create thumbnail, title, and captions, and the same thing applies to shorts as well. And as far as editing these shorts, I use the mentioned Opus Clip or my CapCut. And for every single text and idea, always ChatGPT. So how does it work in practice? What do I do in real life to turn my long video into shorts? I go to YouTube and I find my video that I just posted, and I find the link to my video. I copy that and I go to Opus Clip and I paste the web address, the website address into their software, and I click one button. And this software gives me, let's say, anywhere between 10 and 15 different short videos that I can then later use or post on different platforms. I edit the videos somewhat using their software, and the ones I choose that I want to post later, I actually send them to my phone because I'm more comfortable using CapCut on my phone than on my laptop. And then I fine-tune the videos using the CapCut software on my phone. And again, using ChatGPT to create thumbnail, title, and captions. That's my process. So it's the exact same way. We need to have the same fundamentals in place, whether it's a long or a short video, but the tools are slightly different. Almost at the finish line. In step 6, we're going to go through how to post content and which platforms and channels we are using. YouTube was the quality long format platform. Once we have the link available, what I personally do is that I post the same link on X and Facebook, and I create a specific post on LinkedIn just to make sure that I tackle that professional crowd as well. What about those shorts? Remember those under 60 or 90-second shorter video clips? They go to Instagram, and I have a direct link to Facebook from there, and TikTok and YouTube Shorts. YouTube has 2 different sides to it, kind of channels, if you will. It's the so-called main channel where you have the longer videos, but they also have their own short platform. So I basically create 3 different variants out of one single short video. The only difference really is the captions, the title, and the thumbnail. The main video is, I would say, 95% the same. But anyhow, I create these versions. And like I said, from Instagram, I have it directly linked to Facebook. I don't need to do that specifically. But these three are the ones I manually post. This was it. The tools, again, the same ones, ChatGPT, at every step of the way. If I have anything to check, title, thumbnail, captions, any ideas I want or I need a thinking partner for, that's what ChatGPT is here for. And then Opus Clip was the one I used for those short videos, and then CapCut to edit any video. The things I want to highlight and summarize here in the end. In the beginning of the video, we talked about creating that calendar, scheduling all those tasks so that they become a standard process for you. Anything that we can standardize becomes very effective. This is no different. Then it all starts with creating ideas, documenting your life, how to take notes, turn those notes into long videos and into short videos. I had two different ways to do that. You might have your own. But the biggest thing is to start taking action. Let me know, send me comments, what works for you. Is there anything else you would like to see regarding this? I'm all ears as far as improvement ideas and what to post in the future. Thank you for watching today, and I'll talk to you again soon.